Good afternoon, everyone. Hurricane forecast. Fewer hurricanes west coast, more hurricanes east coast. It's a cycle based on La Nina, incredibly strong this year, but wait a second. Pressure patterns in the atmosphere, way off. Alaska historic Arctic blast. Significant snowfall and record cold about to sweep through the U.S. More frost for Europe after the massive agricultural wipeout from cold. Ljubljana and Slovenia, record heat. The end of March, first week of April, coldest temperature ever recorded in April. And Split, Croatia, the very first time ever in recorded history there. April snowfall going back 1,200 years, but it's only a symbolic snow cover. Is anybody putting two and two together with more volcanic ash in the atmosphere? New studies show that by the time people reach their middle ages, the body often produces less than half of the collagen it did in their youth. Collagen is the main building block in our skin, making up 70 to 80% of it. This is why we get sagging skin and wrinkles as we age. If you want to look younger, you must supplement collagen, which will improve your skin's elasticity, make it smoother, more plump, and more youthful looking. That's why Ageless Multi-Collagen provides 5 key types of collagen you need from 4 different sources, essential to optimally support an array of full-body benefits. No odor, no taste, no clumping, unlike other collagen supplements. And this is why I recommend Health with Adapt 2030. Ageless Multi-Collagen, and look at that, I need another bag already. Quick way for youthful appearance. Use the link in the description box below for 51% off my favorite Ageless Multi-Collagen. And now on with the video. Gonna start you right over here. April 2nd, Pacific water temperatures. Now what you're looking for is off of South America, the dark purple heading west out into the Pacific Ocean. And you'll see there's a lot of trailing cool as well, right? All along the western coast of Canada and the United States. That's abnormal for the cold to extend that far through the Aleutians and all the way over into Asia, west of the Kamchatka Peninsula. Incredible cold, very rare. Usually that's centered right in the traditional Nino, quote-unquote, areas 4-3, right here on the map. That's what's measured to determine La Nina, cooler water temperatures, or El Nino, the famous brother with the hot water temperatures. There's a well-known science forecast out for intense hurricanes, weather fronts, extreme weather and thunderstorms, etc. So, more hurricanes are forecast based strictly on the La Nina pattern in its intensity phase at the moment. More hurricanes coming out of the Atlantic Ocean. But do you think that would be the excuse given to you? I wonder if there's an increase, how it will be phrased. But also another anomaly happening at the same time. If you compare these two graphs, the previous 13 La Ninas at the very bottom with the pressure reading, and this year's La Nina at the top. Let me widen that out for you. As the air pressure anomalies are so stark that even a kindergartner could look at this chart and go, whoa, those are so different. What's happening? The last 13 strongest La Ninas in the chart below. You'll see where the high pressure is centered. This year's La Nina spread out well across the Pacific Ocean, but look at those low pressure areas formed with such intensity, displacing the high pressure. You would expect atmospheric anomalies as we have seen on Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and now beginning here on Earth, because the electrical phenomenon on Jupiter and Saturn is, well, 10x what it normally is. Would you expect our planet to be any different in the same solar system? And staying in the same area of cooler waters far north in the Pacific, historic Arctic blast shattering records across Alaska. So cold is this, it's shattering 100-year-old cold records. So here it is, fit to print, National Weather Service, Fairbanks, April 9th, 10th, and the cold continues through the 11th. But look at some of these temperatures. Jim River, 43 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. Birch Creek, 39 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. You know, we are in spring, heading into the warmest periods in Alaska. These are the middle of January temperatures, not beginning and heading into mid-April into spring. Unprecedented. And we'll see how many broken cold records are actually officially put into the books. Now, for something that was supposed to be a thing of the past and your children will never know what it is, according to the experts, in 2006, Whitehorse, Yukon, deepest late snow in the year ever recorded. And those statements ever recorded, you might have to think, well, how many people were running around the Yukon in the last, say, 9,000 years? Keeping records. Snowpack reaching 300% of normal. That's 3x, triple. So to put it in context and idea, the yellow line in the yellow shaded area is the average snowpack for Whitehorse, Yukon during the year. The red exclamation point at the top there, deepest snow late year ever, still continues. And for the next week or so, we'll continue to drop more snow. And as that event continues up in the Yukon and Alaska, another out-of-season, record-breaking cold, record snowfall dump swinging through the northeast U.S., significant pattern change. And they also mention in the same article, interestingly here, Iceland volcanoes, different one this time, Grimsvötn volcano, which we'll take a look at. And off of Windy, the 5-day snow totals, looking at around 15 inches anywhere in the red. That's going to be swinging through the Great Lakes region as it's approaching. You can see one of our favorite Great Lakes to the right there, to the east on the map. Clear for now. Snow covered in a day. Now, speaking of volcanoes, as were mentioned, the Grimsvötn volcano image here from the 2011 eruption. Fact, although this was larger, it did not shut down air travel as if the Effenjul volcano did, and I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, even though I heard the newscast millions of times, I still can't say the word correctly. But the event here also was caught up into a storm over the North Atlantic. Ash was being pulled around, the cyclone activity, and this one's on alert again for quite the major eruption. We have the eruption down in St. Vincent and Grenadine, which just sent one over 50,000 feet, in addition to the two others that were 45,000 feet. So that's 3 stratospheric injections there at least. And wherever you look, there's a lot of ash in the atmosphere. This might explain some of the other headlines here off of Electroverse. Early season snow blasts Australia. Worst frost in decades ravaging agriculture in both Europe and now Australia. And for the cherry on top, the rare April snow and record cold in the UK. And you say, record cold in the UK? I never heard about that. Anywhere you see in the darker blue record cold temperatures, snow, it should never be snowing really in April in the UK. It's quite the moderate temperature. Regulated by the oceans. Oh wait, maybe that changed a little bit too. Here are the snow drifts during the same time in Scotland. We should be celebrating that the snow is back, but it's being buried under the rug for some reason. Tisk tisk, because our children were never supposed to know what this is. Off of Severe Weather EU, oh no, not again, another widespread, damaging, ravaging cold wave about to crush agriculture even further in Europe. More frosts on the way. Agricultural emergencies declared all across France, Italy, Germany, and other nations across Europe. You know why? People were locked down in their homes. They couldn't get out to protect what was in the fields as they normally would because of all the regulations to stay in the home and whatnot. So it's set up to be the perfect set of circumstances. Not enough protection. Too few people, far too late because of too many regulations to get out into the fields to protect the crops. We just watch a major wine region set back for at least a decade. And more frost on the way here. And the darkest of blue is where you're going to see the most cold damage to agriculture. The light to medium blues were damage unyet calculated because it did not make the news as the full wipeout of vineyards across France. So as we look here, with the temperatures are on the left column with the station, the name of the area that it was in, and then the record measured previously in history, whatever that would be. So how many of these were tied or broken during that time? Barely a peep about all this record cold. You might have heard about the vineyards in France, cold damage, but you sure didn't get the full picture of what went on during this event, and now it's about to happen 2.0. I'll take you over to Slovenia, end of March, 1st of April. Record heat. Wow, it's in the front page of every newspaper. Record heat. Look, it's beginning. It's going to be such a hot summer. You got to love the record heat. It's all because of you. Second week of April, coldest temperature ever recorded in the country in April ever. 20 degrees Celsius below zero. Oh, wait, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. And you wonder how plants are going to cope with this gigantic swing. These are not Fahrenheit temperatures. These are Celsius temperatures. So when you're talking about 25 degrees Celsius, you're looking into the high 70 Fahrenheit, and then minus 20 degrees Celsius is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. About 100 degree Fahrenheit temperature swing on that in a week. Plants emerging, coming into April. How do you think agriculture is going to respond? New April record. Here's the station with the temperatures, if you like graphs. And 5-day snow totals coming out of the Adriatic and Slovenia, parts of Italy. Croatia, you can see the Istrian Peninsula there. Looks like an arrowhead. Highly recommended travel. If we ever get to travel again, that should be one of your first stops when the world reopens. But to get this much snow, unprecedented. And to follow right on top of unprecedented, sure it is. Southern Croatia sees the first April snow ever. Now this goes back 1,200 years, so it's maybe not forever. So you would think that the Croatian media would pick this up and run with it and be like, wow, what an event. I can't believe it. What's happening here? Nope. The headline, you experienced a historical day in Split. First snow ever in April. And I can't believe how short of an article it was, but then how dismissive the writers were. Although it's only a symbolic snow cover. Wait, symbolic snow cover on the first snow ever in April, ever recorded in your country for at least the last 1,200 years. And it's just a symbolic snow cover? Okay. You do see the messages being pushed globally by all participants, do you not? Symbolic snow covering. Which, looking into the very near future, means that agriculture across our planet is going to have a difficult time meeting the needs for the human population this year. In addition to animals, who's going to get fed first? When the animals go bye-bye, so does another part of your food source. Think about long-term storable foods, the 2-week or the 4-week emergency food supply. My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030. Give yourself the peace of mind knowing you have storable foods. My Patriot Supply also has 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 1 year packages. That link's in the description box below, so you can explore ways to keep your family safe. It's a great way to support this channel so I can continue to bring you research just like this. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.